We appreciate everyone for coming out today. I'm Russell Ott, the Assistant Minority Leader for the South Carolina House Democratic Caucus. We come today to respectfully ask that President Peeler and Speaker Lucas call the General Assembly back for a special session to address the ambiguous mask proviso that was passed in the budget back in June that has created so much uncertainty for our school leaders. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. We're not here to criticize anyone for their vote back in June when the 7-day average of new cases stood at 150. Today, however, that 7-day average is 3,390. And school officials need the ability to implement measures they feel necessary to keep the children of South Carolina safe. Why is this so important? It's important because we all want our children in the classroom where they can best learn. We all want our parents to be able to continue working and not have to stay at home with those children and help them learn. But most importantly, we want to keep our children safe and stop the spread of COVID-19. This is not up for debate. We have seen what happens when unvaccinated and unmasked children are put into a classroom setting together over the last couple of weeks. Schools are forced to either close or move to a virtual setting. Children under 12 cannot be vaccinated now, so masks are the only form of protection. We have to do what we need to do to protect our children, ladies and gentlemen. If wearing masks in the classroom is the tool to accomplish this goal, then it is incumbent upon us, the General Assembly, to give that tool to our school districts and school leaders. Thank you. Now hear from Representative Pat Hennigan.
Thank you, Representative Ott. I am Representative Patricia Moore Hennigan, Chairman of the South Carolina Legislative Black Caucus. I stand before you today because I am greatly concerned for our children, their families, as well as our teachers and administrators and our staff, all of whom are at risk because the state of South Carolina is failing to protect them. We are legislators, not doctors. Earlier today, we heard from more than 1,000 doctors and pediatricians asking us to allow masks in school. When it comes to children's welfare, we must do the right thing. Getting kids back in the classroom should never be based on politics. Instead, our politics should be based on public health. In recent days, thank you. In recent days, we have seen truly an alarming rise in COVID cases across South Carolina. Between Thursday and Saturday, there were more than 10,000 new cases reported. This Delta variant is more contagious, it is more deadly, and it seems to affect our children more frequently than the other strand of COVID. Now, just last week, and this hurts every time I think about it, just last week, a 16-year-old died in Lancaster County. And this is heartbreaking when a mother and a father and a family have to lose a loved one, especially that young. It appears that we are playing politics with science. Politics tells us what to do. It is easier to just do nothing, or just do a little something. Science tells us we are still in the middle of a pandemic and that we should wear masks and social distance as much as possible, and especially because many of our children between the ages of 0 and 12, they're unvaccinated. This is a basic disease that can be controlled if we wear masks and distance ourselves from others. Local leaders should be worried about the health and safety of children. They should not be worried about getting sued by our Attorney General. I believe that schools have the responsibility to protect kids. We should allow schools to take action as they see fit. The last thing that state government should be doing is tying the hands of local government, pretending or preventing them from acting in the best interests of the students and their teachers and the community that they serve as a whole. When a child shows up to school without a mask, we increase the risk that that child is going to get sick. Not only that, we increase the risk that that child is bringing COVID home to family members, members that may have underlying problems. Already, we have seen outbreaks happen in Pickens County and Kershaw County. We do not want to see this happen again and again and again in South Carolina. I believe those of us in state government can do better. We can do better. We must do better because children's lives are in our hands, in our hands. Every one of these individuals up here, it's in our hands. And it's my hope that we will do better, that we will also reconvene in a special session to repeal this proviso once and for all. And we should let school board members, let them do their jobs to protect the kids in the classroom. And we should let school boards decide whether to give parents the option to go virtual. They need to make that decision. So to my colleagues in the House and in the Senate, I say, let's do this. Let's keep our schools open. Let's save as many lives as possible. Let's come together as a state to get through this pandemic. It will take all of us to be able to do this. Thank you.